So hey guys, a few weeks ago I shared with you guys about this miracle morning that me and my family have been doing. So we are in, I think this is week number 3. Um, so part of the miracle morning. So first let me start by explaining who I am and what the miracle morning is in case you don't follow my videos. So I'm Kenesha Berry and I'm a life coach. And the miracle morning I found out about, I was watching this guy on YouTube. His name is Hal Elroy. So Hal has written a book called The Miracle Morning. And Hal explained on this video that in the book there are 5 things he do in the morning. And he called these things savers. So saver stands for, S is for silence, which is prayer time and meditation. A is for affirmations. V is for visualization. E, exercise. R for reading, and S is for scribing. So my family and I started this program, or decided to do this about let me check my phone. So probably about 3 weeks ago now. I looked at my phone and it says I am in my third 10 days. And I'll tell you about the 10 days a little bit later. And then I started, after doing it for about 3 days, I decided that I would get my children involved. And my children are 14 and 12. So normally, part of this miracle morning is waking up an hour earlier. I know that sounds like a bit much. For me, it felt like a bit much. But here's the thing. Like, I've been asking God for a lot. And I found out that people who live the life they want, to live the life of their dreams, earn the income they want to earn, they're early risers. So if you want to do different, if you want to be better, if you want to have what someone else have, you got to do what they do. So I get up now at 5 in the morning, 5:15 sometime. But the children get up at 5:30, and our old routine was we all would get up at about 6:30. So I get up. The goal is that I get up 30 minutes before they do, so that I can get my exercise in, and not have to worry about exercising with them. But we start our morning, when I get them up, we start the morning with prayer, meditation. Oftentimes I'll read like a daily devotion or a scripture from even the Bible app. And then we set the timer to do the other part. So we set the timer for the meditation. And what I love about meditation is it just helps to quiet the mind. And it also helps for my children being so young. I'm teaching them early that, like, listen to your thoughts. Listen to the rambles that's going on in your brain, and are these thoughts serving you? And guess what? You can stop them when you want to, or does it feel like you can't stop them? So this is kind of what they call a mindfulness practice. Here's the wonderful thing about mindfulness, and I know people have their different feelings about it based on your religion, but it's really not about a religious preference. The fact that it came out of Buddhism is about being mindful of your thoughts, because it is our thoughts that's creating our life. And listen, if you can teach your children at a young age to become masters of their thoughts, then they become masters of their emotions, and then they can create a better life for themselves. So their life go from being reactive to inactive. Like they will decide who they want to be and how they want to do it, instead of just reacting to everything. So this is what I love about this mindfulness thing, or this morning meditation thing that my children and I are doing. For 2 mornings, I actually got up a little late, but the kids got up. And I'm doing this video because this morning I got up and I saw my kids sitting there with their timer on, doing their meditation after they prayed. And I'm going like, wow, this is a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old who have decided that they are committed to this process with or without me. And that's what I want for them. And this is what I want to share with you guys. I did this because Hal said that he was in a bad place. He was like in $50,000 worth of debt. He started this, and in 2 months he was able to shift and change his life back around, because he knew how to make a lot of money, but he had got in a bad place, and it was this morning routine that helped him have the thoughts to get him back into his good place. So I was like, okay, work for Hal, maybe work for me. Now, when I started this routine, within the first week, I got an email and a WeChat message asking me to come and speak at 2 different locations. Since then, I've spoken at a location. I'm laughing at this because I think it's crazy. I redesigned my book. So if you guys follow me, you know I have a book, Thank Your Way to a Better Marriage. And I looked at my book and I wasn't happy with it. So in 2 days, I decided to. This sounds crazy to me, like when I hear myself saying this, but literally in 2 days, I redesigned my book, and I had to print it. I had some copies printed here. I have to still upload it to Amazon, so it'll be available to you guys soon. But in those 2 days that I did this, and just how amazing like God is and life is when you set a routine, is because my business coach, so I talk to my business coach once a week, and he keeps me like on task, right? So if you don't have a coach, I'm telling you, this thing is a beautiful thing. So my coach, he said to me, I told him what I was doing. And he's been in China for 20 years. So he says, I will help you. Like, send me your files and I will get the book printed for you. Listen, why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this because the ideal of the miracle morning is when you get about your focus in your business, like miracles happen and you see them more evidently. And I promise you guys, like my children, Bryson and Brianna are great students. Always kind of have been. School, different subjects give each of them different things. Like Brianna struggles in math, Bryson struggles. It's funny, they both kind of struggle in math, even though their dad is a math teacher. But like Bryson does excellent in English, and he has committed to doing like exceeding in Chinese this year. What else has he been having thing with? Like science, he does fine in those. Brianna, so much for science, she goes back and forth. Humanities, so for my children, they're on what they call an 8-point scale. So their grades, they don't get A, B's, and C's. They get 1 through 8. 1 is low on the scale. 8 is the highest you can get. And the way it's been explained to us, an 8 is like a A plus plus. So somewhere between if you get like a 6 or a 5 or a 6, you're doing really good. If you get an 8, you're doing really great. So my children have always kind of played around with certain subjects between 5 and 6. And then Bryson and Brianna in math, sometimes they get 4s, which for them to them, they feel like that's the worst in the world. 4 is probably, I would say, either a high C or a B. I don't know. Either way, it's not what they want. Since they've been doing this miracle morning, Brianna has scored an 8. She scored like 2 or 3 8s in science. Bryson has scored 7 and 8s in English. He scored his normal, like when he first started math this school year, he was coming home with 2s and 3s. He was really struggling in math. His score has gone up to 5, and recently he got a 6 in math. Like, so for Bryson, he's like, listen, for some people, Mom, that's not good, but for me, that's great. And so for him in math, that's good. Guys, this has been since they've been on this miracle morning thing, just waking up an hour early, doing these 5 things. And I'm sharing this because, listen, a lot of times we think our kids can't take things, or we're like, oh, we don't want to disturb the kids. I even said to Dre, do you think it's just too much to have the children to get up an hour early? I even offered to let them off the hook because Bryce was like, oh man, I was sleepy. I got like bags under my eyes. And Brianna, with the first week, they said, Mom, about 10 o'clock in the day, I get a little sleepy at school. So last week I asked them, I said, do you guys want to stop this? And they both said no. And that's what I'm telling you. They got up on their own this morning and yesterday, and they was doing this miracle morning on their own because they both talk about how focused they are because of it. Bryson used to take him forever to finish his homework. He would be up sometime to after 10 at night. Since he's been on this miracle morning, he's finished by 8, 9 o'clock. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think the brain wakes up and gets to moving. And then I believe like early morning is when God speaks to us. So the meditation, the visualization is when I get like amazing ideas. And the kids share with me the things that, going on for them. The affirmations. Can you imagine your kids starting their day by saying things like, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, or I'm a great student, or Bryson says this a lot. He says, the world is for me, which makes me believe that at some point he felt like maybe the world was against him. But listen, get intentional about the way you're raising your children and give them plans and programs and visions for their future to help guide them, because I believe we come into this world already know who we're supposed to be. And then I think like life and people and pain makes us forget who we was, our purpose in life. So my goal and job has been, both Andre and I, our job has been with our children is to study them. Like I've been studying Bryce and Brianna since they was little, and seeing who they are. You know, like what are they more inapt to doing? Like, so Brianna is a little bit more creative than Bryson. Bryson is they both have these abilities to lead people. Even at a young age, Brianna's friends were always older than her, but they will always ask her what they should be doing with their time. So like they have these gifts of leadership. And so I help them see that. And then we help them like by saying, okay, so Bryson is coaching a basketball team. Okay, God is strengthening your gift of leadership. What are you learning during this time? Are you a good leader or are you a bad leader? How are people reacting to you? How are people responding to you? Helping him see who he is, helping him to see his gifts. Same thing with Brianna. Brianna, she has a way where she really connects with people. And she have moments where like people are like, oh, I don't do it with Brianna, but it's like helping her check in. Who are you now? Are you who you want to be, or are you trying to fit in? Because you don't fit in. You weren't designed to fit in. You're a leader, and just helping them see that. But since they've been on this Miracle Morning kick, even Brianna teacher told me the other day, last night, he said, I mentioned him when we was on the Miracle Morning. He was like, you guys been doing that for about a week or so, right? I was like, yeah, about 2 weeks. He says, because she comes to school now way more alert, with way more energy, as to where before when she would get to school, she would just kind of mope through the morning. He says, but now she has all this energy. I was like, it's the Miracle Morning. So get the book or Google Miracle Morning, or go on YouTube like I did and just watch a whole lot of videos about different people and their Miracle Mornings, because I can honestly say this Miracle Morning thing has really increased our life in such an amazing way. Yeah, I can't even tell you guys all the wonderful things that are happening right now, but I think it's just because we are open and our minds are alert to the amazing things that God is bringing our way. And we're not sleeping on it because we're missing it because we're not aware and we're not present. So listen, I'm just excited. Get on the Miracle Morning. If you want your life to change, if you want to go to a different level, try the Miracle Morning. And if the Miracle Morning, if those savers don't work for you, pick your own Miracle Mornings, because that's what this guy did. He said he researched, saw what the extremely wealthy do in the morning, and then he created his own way of doing it. That's why he called it savers. But I think it's a great way to start the day. I don't have to stress like, oh my Lord, did the kids read the Bible? Are they studying the Word? Are they praying? There's a set time for them to do that now. And they're just in. And so their reading time, they pick what they want to read. Sometimes they look over homework. Brianna is reading these 2 books for school. Well, one is for fun, I think. A vampire book, like 500-page vampire book. And then the other book is about the young lady who was in the Middle East, who was, I think she was shot or something. So during her reading time, she may read that book. It's great, guys. So I hope this blessed somebody. I didn't mean to go this long. This is Kenesha with VeryThoughtfulLife.com. Be thoughtful with your life. Create the life you want, but be intentional. Most importantly, be intentional, because life doesn't just happen. You have to set your intentions, and you have to create decisions to create the life you want. And this Miracle Morning is helping us so much to do that. All right. Hope this is a blessing to someone. Have a great day. Bye.